What's Good podcast.
Are you ready?
Your number one source.
To all the keys in the industry.
With Brianna Jovahn.
It's the What's Good podcast.
What's good?
Hey, ladies and gents, this is your girl, Brianna Jovahn, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of What's Good podcast. This is season 7 and episode 3. So thank you so much for coming back and joining me today. The last episode, we talked about collaborations. The first episode, we talked about me being on my hiatus for over a year. I think a year and some change. So today, we're going to talk about time management. This is just a short 4-part mini series before we get to season 8. We'll start bringing in interviews again, but I just want to give you guys the background of me because I asked people to come on here and share their journey. So why not share my journey? Especially since I've been gone for over a year, like I mentioned earlier. I just want to let you guys know how I'm going to be in it to win it this time and just be smarter and just not work hard, but work smarter this time. So let's get to it. So by now, as far as one of my posts, I recently posted that I am doing all my interviews now at Coamerica Business HQ in Dallas. If you have not looked it up as of yet, I posted it, I talked about it. At this point, I don't know what else you need, but you need to look it up. You can do your content there because they have a content room where it's like green screen. It's really nice decor in there. They have seats, they have tables. They also have solo desk and conference rooms there. So you can go ahead and book those rooms. And it's available for free for business owners. Just make sure you got your paperwork together, but it is available for us. So use these resources, y'all, because people reach out to me. I don't know where to record, or there's a co-working space I need because I'm so distracted at home. This is the place to be. It's open from 8 to 5. So if you have a daytime job, then it may not be the best option. But if you're a full-time entrepreneur, take advantage. Go to Coamerica Business HQ. So with that being stated, you will also get a business coach that will help you define your business from A to Z. And I say peel back the layers, peel the onions. Baby, they're going to tell you what it is. So my very first visit with the business coach, she tore me a new one. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background about my business as a podcast producer. Okay. So I started on Upwork, and through Upwork, I have a profile where I have my bio, a picture of me, and all the different jobs that I've worked through Upwork. So with that being stated, when people reach out to me, I always ask them, how did you hear about me? How did you find out about my services, etc.? And a lot of them tell me through Upwork. And so I'm very thankful for the platform because I would not be able to work full time because I'll probably have to have a plethora of side hustles if it wasn't for Upwork. So I'm very thankful. And however I did my platform is showing up in results for people who's looking for podcast producers. So when I sat down with the business coach, that was her first thing she asked me, how are you marketing your business? And I said, nothing. I'm absolutely not marketing my business. And from a branding and marketing side, because I do help my clients do this, I am not taking my own advice. I usually just use Upwork. They do all of that hard stuff for me, so I don't have to worry about it because it's working. But she did make a point to, if you were to do at least some of the marketing, at least use social media because it is free, imagine where you would be. So she made a valid point, and she also mentioned time management because she could see it in my face. It's basically being lazy, but it's because I have so much that I have to do. I'm not only editing people's podcasts, but I'm also my personal page. I try to do videos and different things there. I'm creating graphics for folks. I'm creating blogs for folks. I'm creating images and all these different things for people. And now I have to put marketing for What's Good Productions and What's Good Podcast because I have to do all these things to stay relevant. So she made a valid point. So after sharing and dissecting my business plan, She gave me a lot of different things that I had to do, which would be necessary for me to move to the next level. And it all made sense. But for me, it just got a little overwhelming because I did get comfortable. I'm very content. So I think this is the best time for me to get into it again. I'm excited about it. As you can see, I'm on episode 3 of doing my podcast again. And she basically told me that my biggest thing is time management. I work for agencies, I work for myself. Of course, I have to count all my clients. I have to consider the agency clients. I have to consider all these different pieces. And plus the personal brand for Brianna. I got to think about the podcast. There's so many layers to me. And so she said, you really need to sit down and map out a time frame. So we have 24 hours in a day, what it looks like for you to work for the agency in the goals, what it looks like for Brianna Jovahnn's brand, what it looks like for What's Good podcast, what it looks like for these different layers, starting from beginning to end with the goals, short term, long term, of exactly what you're doing today and how you can progress to be the best in the future. So I sat there and I was like, okay, this is good. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. And I remind you, this meeting is absolutely free with the membership at Coamerica Business HQ. I'm going to continue to plug it in because it's an amazing opportunity that everyone in Dallas should be taking advantage of because it's free. So, what I have been doing is just looking for resources to help me in certain capacities so I can spend more time doing other things. As we all know, AI is like the best friend for any entrepreneur right now. So I use Descript, which helps me a lot when it comes to editing. And that helps me with time of doing other things. It gives me what is the they give so many different features. They create blogs, timestamps, show notes. They create so many things. Of course, I edit those things after I'm done because I want to make sure it doesn't sound robotic. I want to make sure it doesn't sound robotic. So I want to make sure that it sounds personal to whomever I'm writing for. So definitely in Descript, I looked at all of my tools to figure out, okay, what can help me work smarter and not harder? And Descript, I was like, I got to keep it. There was another platform people were telling me about. It's called Claude. And that's another AI platform that pretty much does the same as far as helping out with content, help create ideas. It's just another tool, another resource to help you so you don't have to sit there and create content from the very beginning. So I thought that was really nice. So what I'm doing at this time is I'm doing all the research because for when it came with research of what am I doing for each thing in my life. And so as I'm researching, I'm seeing a lot of different resources come up as far as ads on social media. So a lot of AI, Instagram posts started coming up, AI ads started coming up, AI content started coming up. A lot of things started coming up. And I was like, okay, I'm going to receive it and I'm going to look at these things because I really need time to help me balance my life because it can get really chaotic sometimes. With all that being stated, I eventually went with this content. It's called Social Media Club. I'm not sure if you guys heard of it, but so far, so good. And I'm really excited about it. So, with that being said, I'm using this particular platform to help What's Good podcast. And today, and I'm excited to share, I actually created content. I'm going to put 5 hours for content creation for What's Good podcast. And that's just for creating social media, not the recording portion of it, but just social media to get everything together from Monday to Saturday. And whatever the case may be, sitting down for those 5 hours, of course, taking a break, but it's just going to be solely focused on What's Good podcast and nothing else. So I signed up for a trial. Was it today's Sunday? So I signed up for a trial on Saturday or Friday. And today I really dug into it just to see a little of what's going on, right? So it's called again the Social Media Content Club. And when I say chef's kiss, I am super excited. I legit have Monday through Friday popping on. I don't know if you guys use Met Data Business. Is it? Made a business. That's what it's called for Facebook. Facebook and Instagram is now the same. So you can schedule all of your content. And that's another thing for time management. I'm putting y'all in today, okay? So if you are into scheduling because you don't want to do things on the go, people are so good with on the fly options, but I am not. But as far as giving you back time, I would suggest schedule your post. So with that being said, I found this particular resource. It's called the Social Media Content Club. I'll make sure to plug it in my show notes. But pretty much it's $27 a month. You can start off with a 7-day trial. They are not paying me. This is me providing information and resources to you guys. But anyway, they literally provide content for you every single day. If you're an influencer, if you're a podcaster, if you own a business, it's just making you relevant on social media because the more that you show up, the more people are going to tune into you and what you have to say. Of course, you have to fine tune everything to make sure it goes with your brand and not goes against your brand because it's very important. So do your research, read, just don't copy and paste because it's very important to make sure your tone is coming through to your audience. Very important. Anyway, I was looking through some of the days, and of course, today's Mother's Day. And I was looking through it, and I noticed that it was specific to Mother Day post. So I said, okay, so they're going to include holidays. They also include just random conversations of certain things you can say on Hunt Day, Flashback Friday, Throwback Thursday. And it had at least 4 posts a day. They'll give you ideas of what you can do for a video, for a regular caption post if you just want to have your face, and they'll give you different options for a caption with relevant hashtags. And it's just amazing. It's amazing. So it's at least 4 different content for each day. And it's for 365 days a year. So you never run out of it. She also has a link to go to Canva so you can use your branding colors, which I thought was pretty cool because you can put your logo on there. You can use your branding kit. You can use these things to continue the branding of whatever social media that you use. So I did it today. And when I tell y'all, this is going to save me so much time because What's Good podcast is completely done for the week when it comes to social media. Of course, I'm going to engage when people reach out to me, when people comment or DM. I'll slack for a little bit, but your girl is back. I'm going to get back to all these DMs because I was not answering them. I am going to do better because now I have the time to not just post, but I have time to respond back to comments because in the background it's being done already on Meta Business. So look that up because, like I mentioned, you can create the content, but if you're trying to do it on the go, you're going to forget. If you go to Meta Business, it's going to tell you exactly a good time for you to post. It's going to help you post just on Facebook and Instagram if you would just want to do Instagram. If you go through Instagram, the app now, you can schedule your post on Instagram as well. So use these resources. I hope you got your pen and your papers out because I am giving you the tips and tricks for content creation today. Okay. It's also there was a lot of other things that she gave me when it came to homework as far as goals. I am going to break down exactly all the different services that I have for What's Good Productions, exactly how I want to flourish because I do want to do speaking engagements. I'm just putting it out there. I am putting it out there. So I hope y'all receive it. Share my name with people, especially if you think I got something to say. If people are looking for speakers, let them know I am available. But yes, I'm getting the time management piece together. And I think resources and these tools are what's going to help me the best. Also want to use Canva to help me create these one pagers so I can share my services with people. I can also dissect my services through what is it called? Claude and ChatGPT to narrow it down so I won't be all over the place. I'm also going to do my research of what people, as far as podcast producers, their services and what they're giving to make sure I am, what's the word? Not compatible, but I'm competitive in what I am giving and in the amount that I am providing. it's like a balance there too. So I'm working on balancing all these different layers while also getting my time management together. So I'm going to use these AI tools, y'all. I don't know if people scared of it, and I understand why you can be scared of it, but use it as a tool. Don't allow it to do everything for you. Because once you allow it to do everything for you, you lose your voice. And you don't want to lose your voice with allowing AI to take care of everything for you. We have to use the intelligence, but again, it's artificial intelligence. That's the key word, is artificial. So be sure if you guys are going to use these tools, just make sure that you are still behind the scenes and you are definitely involved in creating this content. But when it comes to time management right now, I am really working on creating more content, scheduling the content, making meaningful and intentional content. And I'm probably going to do that on Sundays. I think What's Good podcast is just going to be on Sundays. I had to take out time for recording. I had to take time for editing. And I'm going to do that throughout the week. So last week, I did all of my client stuff and I ended it on a Saturday. So Sunday, everything was just for What's Good podcast. And I can't believe I was able to throw in a recording. So I'm excited. I hope this wasn't a lot. I hope you received something. And I'm going to make sure I put some of the links as far as the tools and resources that were mentioned today in the show notes. So, of course, you can take this with you, apply it to your business, because it's all about all of us leveling up. I always pray before each episode for me I just want to be the best. So I just want God to speak through me, provide me the right things to say. I know sometimes I sound a little crazy because I talk in circles, but I just pray that I show up for you because that was the whole vision of me having this podcast. Especially when we start bringing in people, I want to be intentional on the people that I do bring in as far as the interviews. So at the end of the day, it's to help you guys. And that's a reminder for season 8, go to Instagram or go to Facebook and vote for season 8's theme. I think we're doing business tech, brunch spots, real estate investing, or business education. Those are the 4 options. So make sure you vote. Go to Facebook or Instagram. It's going to be in the show notes and vote for your theme. And after, I think, May 25th, we're going to go ahead and announce it. And we're going to get started with these interviews. So make sure you tap in and plug in and let us know within this theme who you want us to interview. So that is it. That is all. I am so thankful for you tuning into another episode of What's Good podcast with your Brianna Jovahn. And we shall see you guys next week. If you're listening to this morning, noon, evening, or night, talk to you soon. Thanks for joining us for another episode of What's Good podcast with your girl, Brianna Jovahn. If you found today's discussion inspiring, don't forget to hit the subscribe button on your preferred podcast platform. Explore additional resources on our website at whatsgood-productions.com and find our social media links listed in the show notes. Stay tuned for more captivating stories ahead. Until next time, stay blessed and keep uplifting your community.